Good morning, everybody. Let's get this day going. So far, so good. That was my Tupperware, and it's okay. I'm on my way to the gym right now, and just felt like talking to you guys. As I was eating my breakfast in the truck, I was thinking about kind of reflecting a little bit. I was thinking about like how I used to not be able to eat in my car because I was so paranoid of other people looking at me. And like that was something that kind of started in my childhood, like in elementary school. I just really did not want people to see me eat. Like I had such a hard time eating in front of people, just because I just didn't want people looking at me. Like I was so paranoid and so self-conscious, and now it's like I just don't care. I don't know if it's because, I'm pregnant with my second child. Maybe that's it. Maybe I've come to this, acceptance that like, hey, I need to eat too, and if it's gonna be in front of people, then so be it, because like I would suffer. I would go through like many hours of not eating, and I would be so hungry, and I would be depleting myself of energy, right? Just because I didn't want to have people look at me. Like, I mean, I want to be sympathetic and empathetic, and like I've had an eating disorder too when I was around 11, because it was right after I graduated from 6th grade, and then going into elementary school, or going into middle school. So like I want to be empathetic, and I don't want to say like, how insane is that? Like that sounds so crazy. Like, because while it is crazy, like looking back at it, in that time period of my life, it was not crazy. It was like, it was just like a really bad habit or something like that, and like it wasn't crazy. It was just something that I was going through, and it was something that lasted a really long time, because even in high school too, like I struggled with it. When I went to college for a little bit, like I was struggling with it, and yeah, I think it was just like a combination of a bunch of different things, but I really didn't know where this conversation was gonna go, but I kind of feel like anorexia is such a big thing. It's such a big problem all over the world, and I think that's just because of social media and comparing ourselves constantly to other people, and even like the fit models now, like that's another form of anorexia, or like an eating disorder. That's another form of an eating disorder specifically, because an eating disorder is anything where you are too rigid with your diet because you are trying to achieve a certain look. That is what an eating disorder is, and you don't care about the lengths that you have to go. You don't care how much you have to punish your body, just as long as you look the certain way. And you know what sucks about that is that you never feel satisfied. like, I look back at pictures of myself during those times, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was really skinny, but like, I was so, I was beautiful, and like, this even goes for those times where like you may be feeling really self-conscious in a picture that you took, right? Like, oh, like, I don't like that one because I look like this and that. Well, 10 years later, you're gonna look back at that picture and you're gonna be like, what was I complaining about? Like, I look good. It's that same kind of concept. And so yeah, just like, that is really what an eating disorder is, and it can really just take up so much of your life. It takes up so much of your energy, and you can't enjoy anything. Literally, like, you have such a hard time enjoying life and being present because you're so constantly consumed and focused on what you're gonna eat, and when you do eat, what is it going to be, how much are you going to have, and what are you going to do after you eat in order to work it off. Like, it's just this constant, overwhelmingly consuming like prophecy, I guess. Like, it's like such a like bad habit. And I know, like, looking back at it now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I had to go through that in order to have my character be built a certain way. I had to go through that in order to learn how to love myself unconditionally. I had to go through that in order to develop a sense of self and a sense of being, and self-worth and self-love, and gratitude, gratitude over everything, even like food too, and gratitude over my health. So just like, so, we all go through certain things in order to have our character be developed, and in order to be molded into the person that we are meant to be. But yeah, I really didn't know where this conversation was going, but this actually was a topic that I did want to talk about. So I guess it is today that it's happening. And I'm really grateful for overcoming an eating disorder. I'm really grateful for, my health now, and where I'm at with my body, and like where I'm at in terms of self-acceptance and self-love and all of that, and prioritizing my health in a way that is not detrimental to enjoying my life. And a thing that really helped me, like a concept that really helped me to slowly get out of the eating disorder routine, was everything in moderation. So I can have like literally everything in moderation. Like, yeah, I'll have a piece of cake. Yeah, I'll have a soda. Am I having it every day? Absolutely not. I'm having it once a week, like, and don't get me wrong. Yeah, sometimes I do like go a little overboard when I do treat myself, and that's fine, and I've come to that acceptance, like, yeah, it's fine. Like, a part of living a joyful life is enjoying food and you know, having pizza and like enjoying the all of the things that are, you know, considered bad and unhealthy. But like we can do that as long as it's in moderation, you know, as long as it's not like every day. And as long as we're also balancing it out with a healthy workout routine, not being in the gym for like 5 hours, right? Just to make sure we burned off every single calorie that we ate. It's not about that. It's about like just getting a good sweat in, getting your heart rate up. You know, even if that's like going for a walk, like like a 30-minute walk, like that's good. Like, you know, really developing a self-compassionate point of view, like hey, you know what? I'm really busy today, like whether with work or whatever, with my children or whatever. Like, I'm really busy today, but at least I was able to get out my yoga mat and do some stretches. Whew, you know, like I was able to do some really good breathing techniques during my yoga. Or like I was able to get my heart rate up a little bit with a nice fast walk. Something like, you know, it's developing a self-compassion point of view to have a really healthy and balanced lifestyle is really what has helped me come to a level of self-acceptance and self-love like no other. Like it's the best advice that I've ever taken. It's the best teaching that I have ever listened to, and it's the best thing that I've ever given to myself, is developing a self-compassionate point of view. And over time, like after developing that kind of perspective, you start to want to push yourself in a way where it's like you prioritize growth, you know, because a lot of the times self-compassion gets confused or conflicted with complacency. So it's a very thin line, and you know, if you start noticing that you're cutting yourself a little bit too much slack, then that's where you just, you know, you pull it back and you just continue going in a stronger, more resilient path. And I know that like this all makes sense to me, and I'm trying to explain it in a way where it'll make sense to you, and I hope that it does. If you have any questions, leave the question down below in the comments, or leave a comment if you have tried the self-compassion tactic. Leave a comment if you are struggling or have struggled with an eating disorder. And you know, it's really important to just to find people who can relate to what you're going through. You know, I was at the park on Sunday, and sometimes, you know, parenting can get a little lonely, honestly. And so I was at the park the other day, and I was talking to another parent, and I just felt so loved. Like, I just felt so loved. I know that, you know, may sound silly if you're not a parent, but I felt so loved by knowing that I wasn't alone. And, you know, just like with all things that we go through, we are never alone. And it's all about finding that community, finding those people who are going through similar things as you, and finding the strength within that, because we can get lonely with everything, like anything that we go through, whether it's like, you know, working too much, or trying to create a certain life, parenting, um, eating disorders, health issues, like whatever it is that you're going through, school as well. Like, it's really important to find those people who are going through the same kind of thing. So yeah, that was just a little side note there for reminding you all and myself as well that, like, you know, community is important. So leave a comment in the comment section if you feel drawn to do that. I'm not forcing you, but, you know, if you feel led to do that, feel free. Like the video if you got anything out of it. Share the video if you know of somebody who is going through whatever I just talked about. And hit the notification bell as well, so that way you know the next time that I post a video. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I love you so much, and have a beautiful day. Bye.